Alfred Farrow, otherwise known as Pop Farrow, was born in Cornwall, England in 1880. Growing up, his family was very poor. He had 11 other siblings. When he was at the age of 13, his parents forced him to begin work as a postman in order to provide for his family. At the age of 14, he fled England by boat and arrived in Sydney, Australia. He saw Australia as a nation of opportunity and success. He wanted a better life for his own future children. He worked on the docks at Paramount, Sydney for the first 11 years of being in Australia. At the age of 25, he was given the opportunity to work at Grace Brothers, otherwise known as Myers' very own personal assistant. Having a family of his own now, they were provided with a living place at the Grace Brothers estate. Alfred prided himself on being hard-working and dedicated. He would always say if you wanted something, you needed to work hard in order to get it. Nothing is given. Alfred, when he first moved to Australia, was still very young, only being 14 years of age. He fled England with nothing but the clothes on his back. Not being able to speak to and see his family was also quite difficult for Alfred. He became very homesick in the first few months of being here. This had a massive impact on both his physical and emotional health. Another significant challenge faced by Alfred was that he was undermined by older workers on the docks because of his age. Alfred Farrow was a hard worker. He would work on the docks for an average of about 45 hours total a week. He did this as he was determined to set up a life for himself that was better than the life he had at home in England. His hard work and determination did not go unseen by the other workers at the docks. He believed that through working hard and showing determination to complete the jobs quickly, he earned the respect of the older workers. The most significant goal to him was the goal of having a happy, healthy family and life. Alfred achieved this goal through striving to do his best, his hard work and determination to succeed whilst working. He started off with nothing at all. He had these goals set as he did not want the same life that he had growing up for his own family. Ross defined blue-collar workers and their impact best by saying blue-collar workers are any form of occupation that requires you to be more hands-on to complete a required task. This term has impacted greatly on the Australian culture. It's a term that individuals use in everyday life to describe their job or occupation. Back in the early 1900s, Sydney was seen as a place that was involved with a lot of blue-collar work. Alfred Farrow's life has taught us that we are a nation of hard workers. We don't shy away from a task that is difficult to do. Rather, we buckle down and do it. The work predominantly around the Darling Harbour and Paramount of Sydney area at the time of Alfred's arrival was blue-collar work. The large-scale infrastructure and operations in the area of Sydney during Alfred's early days have shown to have a dramatic influence on the Australian culture. Without the developments that have occurred during this time, areas such as Darling Harbour would not exist, especially not to mention the Sydney Harbour Bridge, which is one of the most famous landmarks in the world today. The photos I've chosen show the true Australian culture of hard workers and blue-collar workers at the time of Sydney's large-scale boom. The images that I've chosen illustrate the term of hard yakka at best and the physical portrayal of nothing is too hard to do or no job is too hard. What was also evident in interviewing Ross about Alfred's life's impact on his own perceptions of Australia was the uniqueness of our nation's culture. We are a nation that not only prides ourselves on being hardworking and determined, but we are a country made up of different cultures. Ross talked about how on the docks, Alfred made lifelong friends with individuals from different nations to his own and Australia. The mateship Alfred shared between the other workers through caring and having one another's backs signifies how vast our culture can be. The two images on this PowerPoint illustrates the types of workers that were on the docks in the early 1900s. Many of these men would have been from different parts of the world, and here they are working as a team in order to get the job done.